Thanks, Hannah. Appreciate it very much. Cory, welcome to Studio 2A at KXCI. We're thrilled to have you here today.
Well, thank you so much for having me here. It's a real honor, and we all appreciate it over here at the Make a Hand crew.
Yes, indeed. And I know you're in town for a benefit concert this coming Saturday, and opening act is going to be none other than Leanne Savage.
Indeed, and we're really honored to have Leanne be able to open up for me, and that's going to be a hard act to follow.
You'll do just fine, I'm sure. We want to point out, too, Cory, that the reason for your concert this Saturday night, which, by the way, will be at El Casino Ballroom. Doors will open at 6 p.m., and the concert will be from 7 to 10 p.m. It's a benefit concert for the Justin Cowboy Crisis Fund, which covers professional rodeo artists, I would guess to call them that, and for when they're injured, for their medical bills, mortgages, and for food expenses and that sort of thing. But in addition to that, it covers the Arizona High School Rodeo Association Top Hand Award. You've got quite a little bit on your plate here to live up to for this coming Saturday, don't you?
Indeed, but the thing about that whole community is everybody's about family, everybody's about fun. Everybody's real laid back, and I think they're all just going to have a good time, I try not to think about too many pressures and just focus on the fun aspect of everything. I think everybody's just going to be coming out for that very purpose. And, we have a big crew, a big family out here in Arizona, and everybody's been waiting and anticipating, being able to finally purchased this CD and haven't done a lot of work on it,
And we thank you for mentioning that, Cory. You have a new CD that just came out. I just unwrapped it, actually, called A Cowboy Operetta, and it is based on an author that is, to say he's highly respected is an understatement, and J.P.S. Brown, and his best-selling book is called The Spirit of Doggy Long. And, I think this should be a great album. We're going to play a song before you get out of here today off of the new album, but why don't we do something live here in the studio? Your choice.
Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, we'll do one. If you want to start right now, we can go ahead and start right now.
I'm ready, Cory, when you are.
This one's called The Kid, a little storytelling song.
Perfect. Thank you.
Body goes in shock. Bump 4 shot to the head, and that don't make you stop. You've been woke up by an evil when that crazy woman cried. Marty and I, we rode out into the night, set out to save the girls for the bargain rights of a man who'd sell his daughters like he was a selling slave. But that's over my dead body if he sends me to my grave. Closed in the canyon, and on a rock she sits, crying and laughing. That's when I saw the kid. He just simply clubbed my lights out, and I woke up to hear him say, come with me now, and I won't kill Doggy Long. Marty yelled at the kid how he done us wrong. I slipped out of my tie down. And we both went after the kid. Though he was too much to handle, lumped my head and split my lip. To me, dead eyes meant one had given up the ghost, and that kid had terrorized ones that I love most. And Maudie showed me sign of life. Well, I knew she'd be okay. Wash-blooded faces and walked back to the ranch. And I set up traps when that kid trapped up my hand. As I'm sitting there in pain, the girls had somehow gotten free. And they let me from the trap. And we rode straight back to Maudie. Got to the ranch, knew the kid was closing in. And the girls all went inside, I went back out again. The kid had snatched me by my collar and brought me for the girls to see. And I bit his leg and he tried to punch me out. The girls took off their spurs when I heard the sound. Broken bone, flesh a flying, shreds of hair and spit out teeth. Well, they tore that kid to pieces and sent him to the desert heat. Was a kid.
Cory, that's great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
You know, looking over the pedigree of your new CD that just came out, this is pretty impressive. Ray Kennedy is your producer, 5-time Grammy Award winner. And, of course, the name that jumped right out at me was Chuck Mead, and who is one of the co-founders of one of my favorite bands, which is BR549.
Indeed.
And you know, I look down here. Your father is the executive producer, who has an incredible pedigree with Hal Ashby Studios. This just goes on and on and on. And then, of course, we want to mention again that Leanna is going to be opening for you on Saturday night at the benefit concert at El Casino Ballroom. You're a real lucky young man, and you're very talented too. I'm really thrilled to have you here. We really are. And
I am super lucky. I've been blessed with having the most amazing crew of people get behind me. But I would have to say that my best move out of all of this stuff was when JPS Brown asked me, "Well, will you write some songs to my books?" I said,
"What an honor!"
I said,
an honor!
Of course. You know, I knew I would never again, most likely, probably have a better chance of winning the lottery than having a
if
great
you live to be
American.
100.
Yeah, than having a great American author offer, you know, and ask me to write some songs for his books.
Incredible.
You know, and you know, what's great about it too is that you know, reading is a thing that people just do on their phones now.
Right.
Reading is you know, opening up a book and finishing it, you know, is something that has kind of been, it's underappreciated. it's the perfect thing for your value of money. You buy a book, it's always there. You're able to escape and get into your imagination, and you know, it's kind of like listening to your elders, you know, and the big lesson here for me was listening to my elders got me all these people to support, you know, and it's just kind of really cool how that happened. You know, I read a book, I really got into it, and I let my imagination soar, and I listened, you know, to those words, and this is the outcome, you know. And so
I can't tell you how much I enjoy hearing you say that. I read to children in grade schools, and I know exactly the magic that you're talking about. It's just amazing, isn't it? And
it really is.
And you get back what you put out, and obviously you've done that. And I'm sitting over here looking at your father's face with that big smile on it, and it's obvious he's real proud of you too, as he should be. That's great. Man. Yes, indeed. Yeah, indeed. How about doing another song for us?
All right, this one I do is called Cattle Drive. This is a short little tune, and I like having the band with me when I do this one, but I'll go ahead and do this for you right here.
Take it away.
Got an aching in my heart, saddled somewhere from afar. I would drop down to my feet. Northern Star been winking back at me. And if I save my money, do it right, on a cattle ranch when I'm 45, I got my possibles, rope on me. In the open country, sun will set on me. Started out in Magdalena, hoping for a blue sky. Went down to California, healing near the ocean side. Moving through old Arizona, pushing on a long ride. Herding wild through the country, living for a cattle drive. From a father to a son, from the lasso to the run, desert sand to a sandy beach. Night and day I feel the cattle's driving me, but if I save my money, do it right, on a cattle ranch when I'm 45, I got my possibles, rope on me. In the open country, sun will set on me. Started out in Magdalena, hoping for a blue sky. Going down to California, healing near the ocean side. Moving through old Arizona, pushing on a long ride. Herding wild through the country, living for a cattle drive. Short little tune.
Cory, that's terrific. You're just getting good and warmed up, you know it?
Indeed. Indeed. I'm just warming up right here. Right cheer.
Right cheer. And
warming up right cheer.
Yeah, that's right. And speaking of right cheer, we should mention that you do split your time between Tucson and Los Angeles. You're no stranger to the old Pueblo, are you?
Oh, no, not at all. This is, you know what, this is where I come and I get to gather myself and just be a person and not have to be a machine, you know, and Los Angeles is cool too, you know, it's got its perks, but it's nice to come back here, back to the home base, and to just chill. And there's a lot of work that we have to do, so I can't really say that I just chill, but it's nice to get away from the city.
That's great.
You know,
That's great.
yeah, this is where it's at.
This is where it's at for you, that's for sure. Well, let's talk a little bit about why you're in town this week. There's a benefit concert this Saturday evening. It's going to be at El Casino Ballroom. And what a headliner opening for you, Leanne Savage. And
amazing artist.
Isn't that incredible?
Amazing artist. I'm very lucky.
Son, you've hit the big time. You know what I mean?
I'm super lucky. Yeah,
you
absolutely.
are. Yeah, but you've worked hard. You can tell that by your music.
And I'll keep doing it too.
That's great. That's great. You're an inspiration. And
this album's just the beginning of it.
Right. And let's talk about that album also. The new album is by Cory Padilla called A Cowboy Operetta, and it is based on Western author J.P.S. Brown, and who you know personally, and has asked you to put music to his works. And this just came out hot off of the press. And let's finish talking a little bit about that benefit concert at El Casino Ballroom. Doors will open at 6 p.m. Concert will be from 7 to 10 p.m. And let's not forget the amazing charities that you're doing this work for. The Justin, by the way, I asked your father, that is Justin Cowboy Boots Crisis Fund for professional rodeo, covering the riders, their medical expenses, mortgages, food, and all of those other types of items for when they're hurt and they don't have health insurance for this type of thing.
Absolutely. If you could imagine, a cowboy going into an Allstate office. And,
May I file a claim?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's the door, right? Yeah. And also, in addition, another wonderful charity is the Arizona High School Rodeo Association Top Hand Award.
Exactly, it's coming. We want to go ahead and donate. We are Make a Hand, so the Top Hand Award is a special one to us, specifically as a company.
Right.
Our whole company is about making a hand. So.
And let's point out that website is called Make a Hand.
Yes,
and
makeahand.com.
Right, and they can get all the information about you, your background,
Absolutely.
your wonderful team collaborators that you have here.
Very interesting project, and I recommend that anybody who's looking. It's cool. We have educational books that'll be coming out. We have an audio book that we've recorded with an amazing voice behind it.
Jan Smith, we did just a little background on this project and our company Make a Hand. The company was formed 3 years ago with JPS Brown and myself, and we have different divisions.
My pops, by the way.
Rick Padilla. That's Cory's father. We should point that out.
And the whole concept was I moved back home from Los Angeles. And Joe's first book was made into a Paul Newman movie, Pocket Money.
Right.
He also has the rights to the Ben Johnson film and book, and actually the book and the project that Steve McQueen wanted to do when he died. And so we talked about what we wanted to do with our company, and it was really important because Joe worked on a lot of westerns, and I worked in movies in Los Angeles, and the concept of the cowboy is really a Hollywood concept of what they put out there, not what we know. The cowboys are heroes without an audience, and they work by themselves. And it's not about getting the stagecoach getting robbed. It's the danger is in the work. And so what we want to do is we want to pay tribute to the cowboy culture, and so we created different divisions. Cory is a partner in our music division with Joe and myself, and on this particular project, we were very fortunate. I want to mention these people that really helped us, because we would not be here in doing this. But Robert Funderburg in Los Angeles and John Forbes in Atlanta. John is actually up for a Latin Grammy this year. They brought us Ray Kennedy.
Who's amazing.
And we
got to give a special thanks to Ray Kennedy for doing this for us. And
5-time Grammy winner.
Oh and just being the coolest guy.
Yeah, and I mean, we could. It was like unbelievable. Ray Kennedy is just finished producing the Hank Williams movie music.
Oh,
I mean,
great.
he's like beyond unreal. And he brought the most incredible group of people. And it wasn't about money and charging us a lot of money. He was really into the genre, and he really believes that we have an opportunity with this particular album to put the Western back into country Western music.
Good.
And that's what we're working on, and that's our mantra. And it's and that's kind of, giving back. And then with Cory and I spent some time up in Payson at the PRCA rodeo, and we had an experience with the community up there, and we thought it was really important to give back and give back to the rodeo.
Great. You guys
so
are
that's
great.
kind of what.
Well, let's once again we'll mention the concert at El Casino Ballroom.
I almost forgot.
What's that?
Maybe I'm attention deficit. I probably am. But I have to mention this. John Forbes got us Jan Smith to do the Spirit of Dogie Long audiobook, which we have now finished producing.
Good.
We did it in Atlanta. And Jan Smith, or they call her Mama Jan, she is the voice coach for Usher, Lady Antebellum, Sugarland, Pharrell, Rob Thomas, and even Justin Bieber.
That's great. That's
So
great.
we don't like to mention that one.
Yeah,
but
I
So,
got you.
so to
It's
say
true.
that we're lucky, we are blessed.
Is a gross understatement.
Yeah, we are blessed.
No,
That
we're
sounds good.
super blessed and lucky,
Good.
yeah.
So the concert, El Casino Ballroom, benefit for 2 different charities.
Indeed.
This coming Saturday night with Cory Padilla. Opening act is Leanne Savage.
Indeed,
And then,
and to anybody listening who might appreciate what we're doing here, please go to Cory Padilla Music on Facebook and give us a like. We'd really
that sounds
appreciate
great.
that.
And then let's do off of this new album called Cory Padilla, a cowboy operetta. Let's do song number 5 off of this called "The Girls." And I can't thank you all enough for honoring us with your presence, and we hope that you'll come back and see us here at KXCI in Studio 2A
The
again.
thanks is mutual.
That's
Yeah,
great.
It's all mutual.
Thanks again, you guys, so much. Good luck with the concert on Saturday night. Good luck with your project. Make a hand. And Hannah, why don't you crank that song up for us, please? Thank you.
The whole blessed world had turned white. There's only so much underneath freezing that I could fight. I almost died out under an old cedar tree. The most amazing thing, it happened to me. Cradled an angel, wrapped me in her arms. Under an old beat-up cowboy hat, I found grace and was charmed. Her eyes were so clear and her breath off my nose was so warm. Cap says the boss deals us angels to keep us from harm. Wrap me in blankets, I lay near the fire. Snowflakes would lay off her eyelashes, her voice so soft to admire. Her beauty and spirit had saved me from dying right then. I couldn't care if I ever turned cattle again.
last night. Maudie and the girls showed love and affection for